Hello everyone, this is Good Rank Gaming, and welcome to Ready or Not, a title developed by Void Interactive, the company that brought us beloved titles such as... Oh wait, Ready or Not is their very first title. Shockingly, this indie studio based out of Ireland has been able to create something that players would expect to see from a reputable game studio such as Obsidian or Bungie. Let's get into it. Ready or Not is in all sense of the word a spiritual successor to the SWAT franchise published by Activision. It has begun to fill a void that fans of the SWAT series have been unable to satisfy since the last release from SWAT, that being SWAT 4 in 2005. The player is the team lead of a SWAT unit based out of the fictional city of Los Sueños, based off of Los Angeles. They're going to embark on a journey to stop everything from armed robberies, drug manufacturing, to human trafficking, and even child corn production. Yeah, Ready or Not hits some serious topics and doesn't beat around the bush or guide the player's hand. You're thrown directly into the world of Los Sueños and left to see if you can survive or if the vices of the Dark City will swallow you whole. Ready or Not follows a pretty unique format in the FPS tactical shooter genre. As mentioned earlier, you take the role of a SWAT team lead commanding 4 other officers, call signs Alpha, Bravo, Charlie, and Delta, as they execute their mandate and try to bring justice to Los Sueños. Every mission starts out with the player and their team outside of the area that they'll be assaulting, allowing you to catch your breath, think of a strategy, and give commands to your teammates. Here is where Ready or Not begins to show the cracks of its development. The AI is rough. Your officers will follow 90% of your commands, but do so in a manner that can and often will get them injured or leave the player exposed. The enemy AI, on the other hand, just so happens to be crack shot marksmen who don't miss a beat and seem to auto-lock to friendly NPCs without issue. Now, this wouldn't be such an issue if you were fighting against former soldiers or organized criminals, but for half of the game you aren't. There's no reason why a meth addict can be a better shot than Chris Kyle. In this video, I've included background gameplay of me completing 2 missions, those being 28 megabytes per second and Twisted Nerve. In 28 megabytes per second, the team storms an active shooter's apartment as they've taken their brother hostage and are live streaming the events. The apartment complex is filled with armed gunmen who should put up a threat, but I was able to complete the entire level using non-lethal weapons, CS gas, and verbal commands, therefore achieving an S rank and not discharging a single lethal round. On the other hand, Twisted Nerve has the team assaulting a nighttime suburb crack house filled with drug manufacturers and addicts alike. I had to use multiple avenues of attack, having my AI teammates get injured and almost dying myself multiple times. The difficulty scale of Ready or Not needs a touch up, and the devs know that. They have stated it before as something that they plan to work on, but as of this recording haven't. This poor feature takes a certain realism element out of the game and leaves the player extremely unsatisfied at times. Before you can embark on one of these infiltrations, the players are presented with a mission selection screen where they can get a general rundown of what is going on, and upon clicking mission select will be given a complete briefing of the events that they're about to embark on. I love this. As someone who's worked in law enforcement, there's nothing worse than heading into the unknown and experiencing that fog of war that comes with it. The player is given varying information on the situation depending on the mission that they're playing, but I've taken the first level as an example to show you as not to spoil the well-crafted storyline Ready or Not offers. In the first mission, titled Thank You Come Again, the LSPD SWAT team is gearing up to respond to a 911 call about people committing an armed robbery at a local gas station and diner. The player is given a verbal briefing by a fellow officer, descriptions of the suspects, civilians, and a layout of the possible map, and extra intel including weapons subjects may be using and CCTV images. By doing this, the player has a solid foundation of what to expect before even leaving the game's HUD area. At the end of this video, I will play through the entire mission as I want you to take in and experience what I just told you firsthand. Another thing Ready or Not does extremely well is customization. Through completing levels and achieving good ranks, the player unlocks a variety of cosmetic upgrades for themselves and their teammates. Everything from your clothes to your style of play care can be customized, allowing the player to sport either a high-speed style or that of a traditionally heavy armored SWAT officer. Alongside custom uniforms, Ready or Not allows the player to customize their team's entire loadout from the ground up. You as the player can change your primary, secondary, armor type and format, the amount of magazines, tools, tactical devices you carry, and so much more. Want to run a heavy build where you sling hate at the scum of Los Sueños? You can do that. Want to take a proactive approach to police work and chase the fabled S rank? You can do that. Run a totally non-lethal build sporting pepperball launchers, beanbag systems, and tasers. When it comes to gear and kit, the player is completely left on their own. The amount of combinations are endless, and this adds so much more to the replayability of this experience. The storytelling of Ready or Not is done primarily through world building and in-mission events. The player, although receiving briefings, will get most of their story through the missions they embark on, and as they begin to unravel the massive criminal network that runs deep inside the city, affecting every part of it. It really begins to seem as if the city is doomed to fail, and regardless of what the player does, things will only get worse. Even the set dressing is due to the decaying state of the city. All the sanitation workers have gone on strike, and as a result, the streets of Los Sueños are piling with trash and filth, emphasizing the disgust and sin the city has embroiled itself with. In my opinion, this is where Void makes Ready or Not stand out. There is no hand holding. You must figure out how to survive the city one way or another, because your team and whatever innocents are left are counting on you, and if you fail, the city fails. Upon release, Ready or Not was flagged as propaganda by some news outlets and onlookers, but I don't believe it is. The game doesn't glorify the actions of these men or paint them as some sort of Starship's Troopers style hero. They're just regular people with flaws trying to make their city a better place, and depending on your actions, they either will or they'll fail trying. Ready or Not excels in so many areas, and I want to highlight them before I move on. First off, the game is gorgeous. Like I said, the set dressing is done very well, and the city feels so alive. When responding to an incident, the player will hear families fighting in the background, doors being slammed, tires screeching, and sirens wailing. All things that you would expect to hear when arriving at a scene. The game is also aesthetically pleasing. The graphics are very well done. Everything from the grand scale exteriors to handheld objects have been shown care, really showing that the team cares about how their game looks. Furthermore, the gunplay and guns themselves are immaculate. The gunplay is clunky, but that is intentional, and it makes it realistic. Your body moves with the weight of the weapons. You're slowed down depending on your gear, and must check your weapon system before engaging any threats. The accessibility of the game is also massive. You as the player are able to have so many functions, it's almost outrageous. The settings page is 4 pages long, and everything from dropping a chemlight to checking your ammunition type is left up to your choosing. To summarize, the game offers freedom, and that's exactly what I want in a modern day title. I want to be left on my own and discover the world as I see fit. On that front, Void delivers. Unfortunately, Ready or Not isn't perfect. The game suffers from some serious optimization issues. I have an i9 9700K and an RTX 2060 GPU, and sometimes this game lags even for me. When I was capturing footage for this video, I kept getting unsteady frame rates and even crashed. It's infrequent, but still a severe inconvenience nonetheless, especially when you're in the middle of a level, locked in, and all of a sudden you're sent back to your desktop. Void has also not released any new content for the game since its 1.0 launch in December of 2023. They're slow to bug fixes, adding patch notes, and seem to not listen to their player base, which ultimately may lead to the game entering a state of limbo where the devs won't add features because of low player counts, but players won't invest time into the game because of a lack of content and bad troubleshooting. Ready or Not features a commander mode, which acts as the basic campaign where players unlock future levels as they complete missions. Inside of this game mode, they must select their roster of officers and maintain their mental well-being, as the calls you respond to in-game will take a toll on their mental state, and if left untreated, they'll either go into a psychotic break or leave the force entirely. Now, not only does this mechanic act as another challenge for the team leader to work around, but it's realistic. Acute stress disorder is something that I have personally suffered from working in law enforcement, and I can't count the amount of friends and colleagues I've seen go on administrative leave and never return to active duty. It sucks, but it's reality, and I'm glad to see that Void doesn't treat the in-game officers as some sort of RoboCop, but allows them to actually live through the experiences, and that there are repercussions of what happens in-game. In conclusion, Ready or Not is a good game. It has some flaws that need to be addressed before it be considered a complete title, but all in all, it's a great project produced by a small team that acts as the closest thing we'll be getting to a SWAT 5 anytime soon. Now, as a background transitions into my gameplay of the Thank You Come Again mission that I mentioned earlier, I want to just say that if you or a loved one is suffering from PTSD or any of its symptoms, there is help out there. Please don't give up. The light at the end is always brighter, and there are others who know what you're dealing with and are here to help. Thank you all for watching this review, and I'll see you next time.
Listen up. At around 2300, we received multiple 911 calls from the 4U gas station at 5th and Van Drake and Southside. We believe this to be a stick-up robbery with multiple armed suspects. At this current time, we don't know the condition of 4U manager Mudassir Varma or Charla Layton, with both calling in during the robbery along with multiple other civilians in the premises, including Charla's daughter, Crystal Layton. First responders began locking down on the scene at 2340, containing the area for D Platoon's arrival. An officer on scene reported the sound of gunshots at 2345 within the main building. We can identify all three suspects on the scene: Andre Williams, Zion Pretlow, and Jaden Fletcher. All have their own run-ins with the law for drug-related offenses or violent crimes. Be advised, some or all may be under the influence of methamphetamine and incredibly erratic. This potentially showing their true motives to feed a lethal addiction, even with the stick-up being high risk. We can assume their move was calculated, with DeBanco stopping by before the robbery for regular pickup of cash stored on the premises. DeBanco's employees are known to be at risk during their shifts, with many criminal acts committed against them, such as assault and attempted robberies. Along with the front entrance into the store, there's a second method of entry into the diner side area on the northern side. If both locations aren't viable options, there are two alternate entry points on both sides of the building. One may require a key card used by employees. You should be able to find it in a Knox box on scene. Suspects may have broken away from the main building into the side garage on the eastern side. Exercise caution when moving around the exterior. It is unlikely the suspects are wearing armor. They are armed and have demonstrated their intent to cause harm. We do know at least one of the suspects is carrying a 9mm semi-automatic pistol, as described by a witness. Remember to only use lethal force on what you deem as an imminent threat to you or your element, as well as civilians present at the scene. Plan and coordinate your actions accordingly. And get to work.
What's your emergency?
Hello, my name is Charlotte Layton. I'm at a gas station and need help right now.
Ma'am, are you at the 4U gas station on 5th and Van Drake South Side?
Yes. Please help. I got separated from my daughter, Crystal. They're shooting people.
Okay, I need you to listen to me carefully, okay? Follow my instructions. You need to find a safe place anywhere you can hide, and I need you to stay on the line with me, okay? Officers are already on the way.
Okay. Please don't hang up. God.
I'm here, ma'am. I need you to stay hidden and quiet for me until officers get there.
Okay. Oh, fuck, I think they're coming.
Please report to Captain.
Listen up.
Officer Peter.
At around 2300, we received multiple 911 calls from the 4U gas station at...
Talk to entry team.
Got your back.
Suspects have a foothold in this area and they're refusing to cooperate. Entry team, you are cleared to proceed with the mission.
Lead to talk. One wounded civilian. Requires immediate medical.
Talk to entry team.
All teams.
Copy. EMTs and trailers
Blast it with a
are
shotgun.
standing by.
Clear it.
Keep your hands up!
Give up! The only chance you have!
Police, get your hands up!
Dropping a light.
Hands up, now!
Blue. Pull the handle and clear.
Talk to entry
clear the room.
Roger that.
Stay where you are.
One suspect is down and alive.
Talk to
Down on
entry
your
team.
knees, hands up.
Clean house.
Always
We'll take
right
them out.
places to hide. Nothing. Opening on the left. Opening up ahead. Good here. Breaching! I'll get him ready. Nothing here, sir. Good to go.
Blue team, use the shotgun and clear.
I'm good to go.
Arms out.
Move in, clear the room.
Opening on the left. Opening on the right. Get on the ground now.
Move forward. Turn around. Keep your hands up.
Light stick out.
Stay still.
You're in my spot.
Civilian is ready to go. I'll take you out. Civilian is secured.
Talk to element.
Restrain him.
Move on.
Cuffed and ready. Entry team to talk.
Talk
Blue.
reporting.
Open the door. Clear it.
Notifying trailers.
Civilian is ready to go.
Talk to element. Roger that. Trailers en route.
Provide support on me.
Moving!
Blow it with the shotgun. Clear it.
Hacking.
Stay down and turn around.
Get off me.
Light stick out. Element to talk. Civilian ready for transport.
This is Talk. Roger, entry team. Great work. I got nothing here.
Moving in. Opening on the right. Opening here.
I don't want to die.
Entry team to talk. We have an individual in custody.
Talk
Light stick
reporting.
out.
Roger, entry team. Great work. Keep going.
We've got this under control.
I got nothing here.
Hey, I work here. Lead to talk. Civilian is secured.
This is Talk.
Clear over here, boss.
Great work, entry team. Keep it up.
Element to talk. One civilian down.
Get down! I want to see down on the ground now!
Talk
Turn
reporting.
around and stay still.
Copy that, entry
Stay
team.
where you are.
Proceed with mission.
Fucking pigs.
Talk. Suspect is in our custody. Requesting transport.
Talk to entry team. Roger, entry team. Great work. Keep going.
Search and secure the area.
All right.
Down on your knees!
Not one of them.
Turn around slowly.
I just want to go home.
Element to talk. We have a civilian in our custody.
Talk to entry team.
Search the room for
Copy, entry
contact.
team. Notifying trailers.